listening to your hometown station, AM 1220, KHTS. Hey, welcome back to the program. I'm Arif Halaby. Total Financial Solutions, Save for Money Hour, Arif's Top 13 of 2013. This hour's program, bit of a special guest program, if you will, last hour and this hour. What are we all about? What makes a difference in your life? Well, it's probably people. It should be companies, maybe even individuals that are close to you, and some that might just come in your life for a brief second. Well, for us, 2013 was a great year, and I wanted to thank the people and the companies and the organizations that made that possible. And we're using our radio program to talk about Arif's Top 13 of 2013. And Salt Creek Grill is it couldn't get any closer to our top 13 of 2013. And as a business, you made a difference, a huge difference in our lives. And Greg Amsler from Salt Creek Grill. Greg, Salt Creek Grill has been a cornerstone of our community for a long time.
Yeah, we opened in June of 1999, so we're coming in on our 15-year anniversary.
Wow.
And it was something that it was kind of developed that this was something that we were gonna live in the town, we're gonna be involved in the community, and plan to stay here. This wasn't something we were gonna open something, move somewhere else, open something else, look somewhere else. This is something that Shell, my wife, and I and our kids this is where we want to be, and this is where we're staying.
You know, Salt Creek Grill has given back to so many different organizations and charities over the years. It's pretty mind-blowing. I don't know if there's a number attached to it, but I bet it's well into the six figures if you added it all up.
Well, that kind of was born from my father and the way he did business, and also my old partners, the founders of Salt Creek. It's ingrained in Salt Creek. We developed the business model where giving back to the community and being an integral part of the community was part of that business plan. It wasn't okay. Let's give some so we can get some recognition, we can get some publicity, and we can let's take a look at how we can
strategic.
How we can best optimize our charity giving. That wasn't part of it. My father was very involved, and my mother, but my father was very involved in a number of different charities, including the Boys and Girls Club back in Sioux City, Iowa, and that's one of the ones that we're involved with here.
Yeah, you guys are very involved with kids' charities, Boy Scouts, Boys and Girls Clubs. You've made a difference in a lot of areas. But one of the things that we saw that was so powerful to our organization, and we're going to be there tonight, as a matter of fact.
Yes, you are.
Salt Creek Grill, I just realized that as I'm sitting here talking to you, I didn't even put it together. Salt Creek Grill, the side room, from a consumer standpoint, I love that privacy. We've had a Christmas party there a few years ago where we brought in a close-up magician, and we had our staff, our clients there, and even a couple people from the restaurant popped in and saw this person was one of the top in Magic Castle's, award-winning. And we were able to bring him and had our own little private room. I like that feel, that private room feel.
It was, when we were first designing the restaurant, it's how big do you want the dining rooms, how big do you want the bar, and we wanted an optimal sized private dining room. Not too big where if a smaller party, 12, 15, 20 goes in there, it feels like you're in a cavern.
Yeah.
But not too small where you can't accept somebody 15, 20, 25. We can go up to 30 in that room.
Yeah.
We have our own audio visual in there, so you don't need to worry about renting anything and bringing it on in. We can take care of that for you. Russ Lynn is our event coordinator, and we'll say hi to Russ because he's out on maternity leave.
Oh my gosh!
This week and next week because they just had a baby. Congratulations.
He didn't look past 4 months.
It's strange saying maternity leave. He's out on maternity leave, but it's a nice thing to have happen for him. But Russ handles all that. You'll have your own private staff. We can either make menus for you designed off of our regular menu, or we can develop completely new menus from our kitchen staff. Ignacio Munoz is our executive chef. He can make something for you. Tamara Levine's our catering director. She can come up with something. So, just give us a call.
I'll tell you what's fun about using Salt Creek Grill's private room is you can build or customize that menu, and it works for us because sometimes, folks, you may not have the price point that says, hey, I can afford $90 a person. That might not be in your budget. But if you have $40, $50, maybe $30, a brunch, an afternoon, late afternoon or dinner, we've used that room and even other parts of the patio, et cetera, for various organizational events. We've used it, and it's been very nice. I never had to worry about the staff. And I can tell you, folks, if you've worked at a company or you visited a company and you've been treated disrespectfully, you know how powerful staff is. And they may be not the highest paid person in the room, but that wait staff, if they're not treating the customer properly, they can ruin it for the entire restaurant.
Oh, absolutely. We've been very fortunate. I probably have about 25 to 30% of our original staff from 15 years ago.
I know that,
That's kind of unheard of. It shows a lot, the character of our staff, and I guess we did a good job hiring in the beginning.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always tell the staff, there's some things that are out of your control. People maybe be having a bad day. They come in, they're not in a good mood. You can change that. You can make their day better. You can fix a little bit of what's going wrong. And some of the things that are out of your control as far as the weather, even if the food might have come out cooked incorrectly, you can fix that just by your personality, just by correcting the problem, taking charge of the problem and making sure that the customer is served the way they're supposed to be served.
The wait staff makes the difference in a lot of things, not just because it's the familiarity. Every time you go there, you see the same people. There has been times, many times, where I've been there for lunch and dinner, 4 or 5 times if you add it all up in the same week. And often I'll come in and I'll see the same staff, and they'll know what I like, and they'll know what kind of drink to bring me, Diet Cherry Coke or whatever it might be at that moment. And those are important parts to the feel of a community restaurant, yet still being classy enough to where it's the place that I would go for birthdays or anniversaries,
Well, I'll go back to my dad again and use him as an example. He was a creature of habit, definitely a creature of habit. And he'd keep going back to the same places time after time after time. And he'd walk in the door and it was like Norm at Cheers. It'd be, "Hey, John, how you doing?"
Oh my gosh.
And if it was a Friday afternoon at 4:00, they'd have a Budweiser open and on his table before he even sat down.
Yeah.
And he was hooked. He said, "I don't care if this is the best place to eat in the world. I don't care if it's a 5-star. The people come and they make it." And that's, hopefully we have the food to back it up. I'm confident we are.
Yeah.
We do. But the staff is so important to create that ambiance.
One of my favorite dishes there, and I don't get it all the time, I just can't eat that much anymore, and I'm trying to watch my figure, is the pork chop.
Oh, yeah.
Just something about that. I'm sure there's a secret recipe behind it, but that has been a staple of what you guys have been about for 15 years.
It's been on the menu since day one. It's a double cut, double thick, 2-bone pork chop. It's a brined product, which means it's bathed in a brine bath. I grew up in the Midwest from Iowa. And I think all of us grew up with Grandma's pork chop, where it was cooked so much that it was so dry it was turning up on the edges.
That's right, yeah.
And you couldn't cook it anything less than medium well to well. With a brined product, you can do that. You can cook it to medium.
Okay.
It still has even a little bit of a pink tinge to it, but it has all the juices.
Nice.
And that's where you get the flavors. And mesquite grill definitely helps. But our product comes from Iowa, just like I did, just like my family did. And it's something that won't go off our menu.
Well, I'll tell you, folks, Salt Creek Grill, you know where it is, Westfield, Valencia Town Center, right off of McBean Parkway and the corner of Magic Mountain. One of my favorite restaurants, one of the companies that made a difference in our life in 2013, Arif's Top 13 of 2013, Greg Amsler from Salt Creek Grill. Thanks for coming in, Greg.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Folks, we'll be back in just a minute. Total Financial Solutions, Save for Money Hour. We'll be right back.